Morning students, here is the next section of network theory problem. In this we will discuss 4 problems, and first problem start with the question is, for the circuit shown in figure, find the total resistance between the terminals A and B, the total current drawn from a 6-volt source connected from A to B, and the current through 4.7 kilo ohm, voltage across 3 kilo ohm. So I will read the question again. For the circuit shown in figure 1.34, find the total resistance between terminals A and B. The total current drawn from a 6-volt source connected from A to B, and the current through 4.7 kilo ohm, voltage across 3 kilo ohm. So first of all, you should look at the circuit which is shown in the figure 1.34. It consists of 10 kilo ohm resistor, and the terminals A and B is marked, and the other resistors are 4 kilo ohm resistor, 3 kilo ohm resistor, 5 kilo ohm resistor, and 4.7 kilo ohm resistor. These all are the resistors in the circuit. And first question is, you are asked to find out the total resistance between the terminals A and B. So you should find out the resistance between the terminals A and B, total resistance between the terminals A and B. Okay. So first of all, you have to redraw the circuit in order to find out the total resistance in a simple manner. So we have to first keep the terminal A and B to the left side, and all other resistors are drawing to the right side. It is similar, simple. It can be simply done by keeping the terminals towards the left side. And first, starting with the 10 kilo ohm, its upper terminal is connected to A and lower terminal is connected to B. So it is shown like that. And next resistor is 3 kilo ohm. Its one terminal is connected to terminal A, and the other terminal is connected to other end is connected to terminal B. Okay, so it is drawn like this. And next resistance is 4 kilo ohm. 4 kilo ohm, this one terminal is connected to terminal A, and the other is connected to another point where 4.7 kilo ohm and 5 kilo ohm met. Okay, so you can draw 4 kilo ohm like that. One terminal is connected to A and the other is connected to another point where 4.7 kilo ohm and 5 kilo ohm are connected. So if you are looking at 4.7 kilo ohm and 5 kilo ohm, you can find that these two resistors are parallel. That is 4.7 kilo ohm and 5 kilo ohm are parallel. Okay, in the question it is shown that 5 kilo ohm resistor is connected in parallel with the 4.7 kilo ohm. Okay, you can easily find it out. So these two resistors can be represented by a single resistor whose value is 5 kilo ohm parallel to 4.7 kilo ohm. Okay, so 4 kilo ohm resistor is there is 4 kilo ohm resistor. Its one terminal is connected to terminal A, and other terminal is connected to the parallel combination of 5 kilo ohm and 4.7 kilo ohm. So the overall circuit diagram will be, overall network diagram will be shown in 1.35. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. So the circuit diagram consists of 10 kilo ohm first, then 3 kilo ohm, then 4 kilo ohm in series with another resistor whose value is 5 kilo ohm parallel to 4.7 kilo ohm. So then it is a simple circuit and you can easily find out the total resistance. Okay, how will you get the total resistance? If you are looking at the circuit in figure 1.35, you can find that from the right side you can find that 4 kilo ohm is in series with the parallel combination of 5 kilo ohm and 4.7 kilo ohm. Okay, so you can write the value of these two resistors as 4 kilo ohm plus 5 kilo ohm parallel to 4.7 kilo ohm. Okay, It should have some value. Then again, the series combination of these two resistors is in parallel with 3 kilo ohm. Okay, so next step you can write 3 kilo ohm is in parallel with series combination of 4 kilo ohm and plus 5 kilo ohm parallel to 4.7 kilo ohm. Then you can find that the combination of these three resistors can be replaced by a single resistor, and that resistor will be in parallel with 10 kilo ohm. So the total resistance can be find out by the equation 10 kilo ohm in parallel with 3 kilo ohm, which is in parallel with bracket 4 kilo ohm parallel 4 kilo ohm plus 5 kilo ohm parallel to 4.7 kilo ohm. Okay, that is the value of total resistance. That means actually you are solving it from the right side of the circuit, because it consists of series combination of 4 kilo ohm and another resistor which is a parallel combination of 5 kilo ohm and 4.7 kilo ohm. So the total value of this resistance will be the sum of these two resistors. Okay, that is right in the right hand side of the equation R of t. Okay, you can find it that in the square bracket it is written as 4k plus 5k parallel to 4.7k. That is its value, and these resistors can be represented as a single resistor which is in parallel with 3 kilo ohm. So it can be written as 3 kilo ohm parallel to square bracket 4k plus 5k parallel to 4.7k. That resistor is in parallel with 10k. So it can be written as RT is equal to 10k parallel to 3k parallel to square bracket 4k plus 5k parallel to 4.7k. So the total value of the resistance you can solve by equations. Then you will get 1.7 kilo ohm. How can you solve for the series resistance? Series resistance, the resistors are simply added in parallel resistor. If there are two resistors R1 and R2, what will be the value of the parallel combination of R1 and R2? The total resistance will be R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. By using this simple equation, you can solve for RT. Okay, so you will get that 1.7 kilo. So that you got the answer for the first question. That is, find the total resistance between terminals A and B. The total resistance is 1.7 kilo. Next, you are asked to find out the total current drawn from a 6 volt source connected from A to B. That is the next question. That is, the total current drawn from a 6 volt source connected from A to B. That means a 6 volt battery is connected to terminals A and B. That you assume that a 6 volt battery is assumed between A and B. Okay. Then you are asked to find out the total current. That is a question. So the voltage is given as 6 volt. Then what will be the total current? It can be simply solved by Ohm's law, because the total voltage is given and you have found out the total resistance is 1.7 kilo ohm. So what is the equation for total current? Total voltage is given, total resistance is there. Then what is the equation for total current? Total current is equal to, by Ohm's law, it is total current is equal to voltage divided by resistance. So the total current drawn by the circuit is I suffix T, that will be equal to total voltage is 6 volt. So 6 volt divided by 1.7 kilo ohm. What is 1.7 kilo ohm? It is total resistance RT. Therefore, we got IT equal to 6 volt divided by 1.7 kilo ohm. That is equal to 3.53 milliampere. These two values we find out, that is RT, total resistance is find out, and total current IT is fine. Also we got the value of total current IT. Then next question. What is the next question? Next is the current through 4.7 kilo ohm. That means you should find out the current through 4.7 kilo ohm. Okay, in this figure 1.35 we can see that 5 kilo ohm resistor is in parallel with 4.7 kilo ohm. So it is simply replaced by a single resistor in the figure 1.35. If you are looking at the figure 1.34, you can find that the current through the 4.7 kilo ohm can be found out by current divider rule. Before that, if you are looking at figure 1.35, you have the total voltage 6 volt and total current is 3.53 milliampere. And what will be the current direction? That current 3.53 milliampere will flow through 10 kilo ohm is not flow through, it is divided into 3 parts, and one part goes to 10 kilo ohm resistor, other part goes to 3 kilo ohm resistor, and other part goes to 4 kilo ohm resistor. Okay, you have given a voltage of 6 volt and that will give a current of 3.53 milliampere, and that 3.53 milliampere is the total current that will be divided into 3 parts. A part goes through 10 kilo ohm, another part goes through 3 kilo ohm, another part goes through 4 kilo ohm. And the current flowing through 4 kilo ohm will be divided into 2 parts, and one part will go to 5 kilo ohm and other part goes to 4.7 kilo ohm. That is the logic. So you should first understand how much current flows through each part. So first of all, in order to find out the current through 4.7 kilo ohm, you should first of all find out the current through 4 kilo ohm resistor. If you are getting the current through the 4 kilo ohm resistor, you can easily solve the current through 4.7 kilo ohm by applying current divider rule. Okay, so you have the voltage of 6 volt and the total current 3.53 milliampere. You have all the values of resistance. So you can start to solve for the current through each branch. So you can find that this circuit is a parallel circuit. That means 10 kilo ohm is in parallel with 3 kilo ohm, and 3 kilo ohm is in parallel with the series combination 4K and other resistor. So the voltage applied across A and B will be same at the voltage across 10 kilo ohm and voltage across 3 kilo ohm and voltage across the series combination of 4 kilo ohm plus 5 kilo ohm parallel to 4.7K. That you should understand it. So the current through the 10 kilo ohm resistance can be found out by the Ohm's law, because you know the current voltage across 10 kilo ohm resistor. So the current through the 10 kilo ohm resistor can be written as I10K. So I10K will be is equal to voltage divided by resistance. So what is the voltage? Voltage is 6 volt and resistance is 10K. So that value will be 0.6 milliampere. In the next step, so we got a current value I10K that is equal to 0.6 milliampere. Next you have to find out the current through 3 kilo ohm. So that can be represented as I3K. That will be equal to, current will be equal to voltage divided by resistance. What is the voltage across 3 kilo ohm resistor? Voltage across 3 kilo ohm resistor is 6 volt. So you can simply substitute for voltage and resistance. So you will get I3K equal to 6 volt divided by 3 kilo ohm. That will be equal to 2 milliampere. So you got the value of current through 10 kilo ohm resistor and 3 kilo ohm resistor. Also you know the value of total current. Then you can find out the current through the series combination of 4K and other resistor. You know that total current will be the sum of every current. So the current through the series combination of 4 kilo ohm resistor and 5K parallel to 4.7K will be equal to total current 3.53 minus 0.6 milliampere minus 2 milliampere. 2 milliampere. Okay. That means the current through the last branch will be equal to the total current minus current in the first branch minus current in the second branch. Okay. So you will get the equation as 3.53 minus 2 minus 0.6. That will be equal to 3.53 minus 2.6, that is equal to 0.93 milliampere. That is the current through the series combination of 4K and 5K parallel to 4.7K. But you are asked to find out the current through 4.7 kilo ohm. Okay, you have the current through 4 kilo ohm resistor and the parallel combination of these two resistors. But you are asked to find out the current through 4.7 kilo ohm. For that you should look at the circuit in 1.34. In that you can find that the current through 4 kilo ohm resistor is 0.93 milliampere, right? That means 4K resistor current is 0.93 milliampere, and that current will be split into two parts. A part will go to 5 kilo ohm resistor and other part will go to 4.7 kilo ohm. So you are asked to find out the current through 4.7 kilo ohm. So you can find it easily by applying current divider rule. Current divider rule states that the current through 4.7 kilo ohm resistor will be equal to total current into 5 kilo ohm resistor divided by 5 kilo ohm plus 4.7 kilo ohm plus 5 kilo ohm plus 4.7 kilo ohm. So you can write I 4.7 kilo ohm will be equal to total current at the starting point of parallel combination of two resistors 5 and 4.7 kilo ohm is 0.93 milliampere. So you can write I 4.7 kilo ohm will be equal to 0.93 into, you are asked to find out the current through 4.7. So in the numerator side it will be 5 divided by the denominator side, the sum of these two resistance value will be written, that is equal to 5 plus 4.7. So when you are solving for these values, you will get 0.47 milliampere. So by applying current divider rule, you will get the current through 4.7 kilo ohm resistor. So what is the next question? You are asked to find out the voltage across 3 kilo ohm resistor. Voltage across 3 kilo ohm resistor. What is the voltage across 3 kilo ohm resistor? It is simple logic that 6 volt battery is connected across 10 kilo ohm. And 10 kilo ohm is in parallel with 3 kilo ohm. So the voltage source is in parallel with 10 kilo ohm and 3 kilo ohm. So the voltage across 3 kilo ohm will be the connected voltage, that is equal to 6 volt. So there is no need to find out it by using equations, but in the textbook it is solved, but there is no need to find out it because the simple logic that A and B terminals are in parallel with 3 kilo ohm. So whatever be the voltage applied across A and B terminals, that voltage will be appearing across the components connected across it. Okay, so the voltage across 3 kilo ohm will be 6 volt. So this is the question here. You are using whatever laws you studied in the previous session, that is Ohm's law you are using, current divider you are using, and the equation for parallel resistor and equation for parallel resistors and series resistors you are using. So you should know the basics about the network theory, then you can solve the problem easily. So that is the solution for this question. I think all of you understood understood the problem, and I think if I am giving the same question, you can solve it yourself. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. And next question is, a battery of unknown EMF is connected across resistances as shown in the figure. The voltage drop across the 8 ohm resistor is 20 volt. What will be the current reading in the ammeter, and what is the EMF of the battery? This is the question. I'll read the question again and you should understand the question first. A battery of unknown EMF is connected across the resistances as shown in the figure. The voltage drop across the 8 ohm resistor is 20 volt. What will be the current reading in the ammeter? And what is the EMF of the battery? That is the circuit. In the circuit diagram, the supply voltage V is unknown and there is a voltmeter connected across 8 ohm resistor. You should find out its value. And next, there is an ammeter A connected in series with 30 ohm and 50 ohm resistor, and you should find out the ammeter reading. So first of all, you should have a close look at the circuit diagram and then only you can solve the problem correctly. And first you are asked to find out the voltage drop at the current reading in the ammeter. First you are asked to find out the current reading in the ammeter. But it is given that the voltage drop across 8 ohm resistor is 20 volt. First you should write whatever quantities are given in the question. So voltage drop across 8 ohm resistor is 20 volt. That is given. And next you have to find out the current reading through the ammeter. Before that, if you are getting the current in the branch 8 ohm series with 11 ohm, then you can easily solve for the current through the ammeter by using current divider rule. Okay, you got the idea? You are asked to find out the current through the ammeter. Okay, you are given that the voltage across 8 ohm resistor. You know that if you are getting the current through the branch which contains 8 ohm series with 11 ohm, then you can easily find out the current through the series combination of 15 ohm and 13 ohm by using current divider rule. Okay, so you are given that the voltage drop across 8 ohm resistor is 20 volt. From that you can find the current. Okay, voltage is given and the resistance value is given, then the current can be easily found out by using Ohm's law. So the current will be equal to I8, current through the 8 ohm resistor will be equal to I8 will be equal to voltage divided by resistance, that is equal to 20 volt divided by 8 ohm, that is equal to 2.5 milliampere, sorry 2.5 ampere. That is, you can find that 2.5 ampere will flow through a series combination of 8 ohm and 11 ohm. Okay, so that is the total current from the voltage source capital V, and that current 2.5 ampere will split when it reaches the resistors 15 ohm and 11 ohm. So next you have to find out reading in the ammeter. You can see that the reading in the ammeter will be the current through the 15 ohm resistor. Also we can say that it is the current through 13 ohm resistor because 15 ohm and 13 ohm are connected in series. So the current reading, the ammeter will be the current through the 13 ohm resistor. That is the current through the 15 ohm resistor. Okay. Therefore, we can find that the current through the 15 ohm resistor will be equal to, we can apply current divider rule. So the total current coming to the resistor 15 ohm will be 2.5 ampere. That is the current through the 8 ohm resistor. So that 2.5 ampere will split and one part of the current will go through 11 ohm, another part will be go through the series combination of 15 ohm and 13 ohm. So by current divider rule, current through 15 ohm resistor I15 will be equal to 2.5 into, you are asked to find out the current through the 15 ohm resistor. So on the denominator side 11 ohm will appear, 11 ohm divided by the denominator side the sum of other resistors will appear, that is sum of two resistors will be appearing. What is the sum of resistors? That is 11 ohm plus 15 ohm plus 13 ohm. So by current divider rule I15 equal to 2.5 into 11 divided by 11 plus 28, that is equal to 0.71 ampere. So you got the answer for the first question, that is what will be the current reading in the ammeter. So the current reading in the ammeter will be 0.71 ampere, that is 7.71 ampere will flow through 15 ohm and then through ammeter and then through 13 ohm. Also 2.5 ampere will flows through a series combination of 8 ohm and 11 ohm. You got the idea. Next, what is the EMF of the battery? Then you are asked to find out the EMF of the battery. So what is EMF? You know that it is a circuit which contains a parallel path and other components are connected to series. So the EMF of the battery V will be equal to the voltage drop across 8 ohm resistor, 11 ohm resistor plus voltage drop across 15 ohm resistor and 13 ohm resistor. Okay. So we know that the 13 ohm and 15 ohm resistors are connected in series. So it give a total resistance of 28 ohm. Okay. That is 15 ohm and 13 ohm are connected in series. So it will give a total resistance of 28 ohm. 28 ohm. When a current of 0.71 ampere flows through this series combination of this 15 ohm and 13 ohm, there will be a voltage drop. We can find that voltage drop by using Ohm's law as the voltage drop across series combination of 15 ohm and 13 ohm is V28. That is equal to current through this series combination into resistance. Current through that series combination is 0.71 and resistance is 28. Therefore, voltage drop across series combination of 15 ohm and 13 ohm will be equal to 0.71 into 28. That is equal to 19.88 volt. Okay. So the voltage drop across that branch will be 19.88 volt. So we get one quantity. And next we have to find out the voltage drop across series combination of 8 ohm and 11 ohm. We know that the current through 8 ohm will be equal to 2.5. The same current will flows through 11 ohm. So we can find out the voltage drop across 8 ohm and series combination of 8 ohm and 11 ohm will be equal to current into total resistance. What is the current? Current is 2.5 and total resistance is 8 plus 11, that is 90. So the voltage drop across the series combination of 8 ohm and 11 ohm will be equal to 2.5 ampere into 19 ohm. That will be equal to 47.5 volt. So we got the voltage drop across every resistances. So we can easily solve for EMF of the battery by applying Kirchhoff's law. So the EMF of the battery will be equal to, V will be equal to the sum of the EMF or voltage drop across every resistor. So we can write V is equal to 19.88 volt plus 47.5 volt. That will be equal to 67.38 volt. Okay. This is also a simple question. First of all, you have to understand what is the circuit diagram. And next you can solve the circuit diagram. So first of all, you should understand the series connection of resistances and parallel connection of resistances. Then you can apply the simple laws such as current divider rule or voltage divider rule to that circuit in order to find out unknown quantities. Okay. You can also apply Ohm's law. First of all, you should understand the concept. That is the thing. And next question is, using Ohm's law and Kirchhoff's laws on the circuit given in figure 1.38, find V in Vs and the power provided by the dependent source. Once you should first look at the circuit diagram 1.38 and next read the question again. Using Ohm's law and Kirchhoff's laws on the circuit given in figure 1.38, find V in and Vs and the power provided by the dependent source. So the circuit diagram contains V in and Vs. Also the dependent source is marked there. The dependent source is 4I4. What is its meaning? It is a voltage source and its value is equal to 4I4. That means its value depends upon the current I4. Current I4 is not given. So once you find out the current I4, you can easily find out the voltage source value. So it is a current controlled voltage source. Okay, it's a voltage source and its value is controlled by the value of current I4. So it is a current controlled voltage source. So you are asked to find out V in, Vs and power provided by the dependent source. Dependent source is 4I4. So power provided by that 4I4. Okay. In this circuit, it is find that there are 3 resistors: 3 ohm resistor, 4 ohm resistor and a 2 ohm resistor. And there is a 30 volt source and current I4 is marked at the central branch. And the current through the 3 ohm resistor is 2 ampere. Next, the current through the 2 ohm resistor is 6 ampere. These all are quantities are given in the question itself. So you can find that the current from the voltage source 4I4 comes through 2 ohm and then it may flows through the middle branch. Similarly, current from the V in source also goes through 3 ohm and can also go through 4 ohm at the central branch. So the point where current I4 is marked, it is a node and you can apply Kirchhoff's current law at that node. At that node, current from the V in source and current from the dependent voltage source meet. So we can write that current through 4 ohm resistor, that is I4 ohm, will be equal to current through 3 ohm, that is I3 ohm, plus current through 2 ohm, that is I2 ohm. So at the point from where I4 is originating, we can apply Kirchhoff's current law so that you will get an equation: I4 ohm will be equal to I3 ohm plus I2 ohm. You know that the current passing through the 4 ohm branch is I4. So you can simply substitute I4 equal to current through 3 ohm is 2 ampere. So substitute for I3 ohm as 2. And current through the 2 ohm branch is 6 ampere. So substitute for that value 6. Therefore we will get I4 will be equal to 2 plus 6, that is equal to 8 ampere. So we got one quantity, that is the current through the middle branch, that is equal to 8 ampere. When you get I4, you can find that there is a current dependent voltage, current controlled voltage source. So its value will be equal to, its value can be written as voltage of 4I4. 4I4 is a voltage source. Voltage of 4I4 is equal to 4 into I4, that is equal to 4 into, what is the value of I4? The value of I4 is 8 ampere. Therefore V4I4 equal to 4 into I4, that is equal to 4 into 8, that is equal to 32 volt. So V4I4 will be is equal to 32 volt. So two quantities we got, I4 and 4I4. Next you are asked to find out V in and Vs. Okay. You are asked to find out V in and Vs. These two are voltage sources, and before that you can find one thing, that it is given that 3 ohm resistor and current through it is 2 ohm. So the voltage drop across 3 ohm will be is equal to 6 volt. Similarly, it is given that there is a 2 ohm resistor and the current flowing through that 2 ohm resistor is 6 ampere. Therefore, the voltage drop across the 2 ohm resistor V2 ohm is equal to 6 into 2 by simple Ohm's law, that is equal to 12 volt. Therefore, we can find that the voltage across, the total voltage across the series combination of 2 ohm and dependent voltage source will be equal to voltage drop across 4I4 minus voltage drop across 2 ohm. Okay, this is by Kirchhoff's law. That is, voltage drop across the branch V will be across the branch containing 2 ohm resistor is equal to capital V, that will be equal to V4I4 minus V2. V4I4 is the voltage across, that is dependent source, that will be equal to 32 volt, and V2 will be the voltage drop across 2 ohm, that is equal to minus 12. So we will get the value as 20 volt, that is voltage across the branch that containing 2 ohm is equal to 20 volt. Also, we can find the voltage across 4 ohm branch. What is the voltage across 4 ohm branch? That can be denoted as V4. Voltage across 4 ohm branch is equal to, we know that voltage will be equal to current into resistance. Here current is I4, that is equal to, I4 is equal to 8 ampere. So V4 will be equal to 4 into 8, that is equal to 32 volt. So by applying Kirchhoff's law to the loop that containing 4 ohm and 2 ohm resistor, we can simply apply Kirchhoff's law. That is, for applying Kirchhoff's law, we are considering a loop that containing 4 ohm and 2 ohm resistor, and we can easily write the equation as capital V, that is voltage across the branch that containing 2 ohm, that branch voltage V minus V4 plus Vs equal to 0. So Vs is the voltage that you are asked to find out. It is not given, and V4 we have find out, and V also we find out. So we can substitute for V and V4, that is equal to V is equal to 20 volt and V4 is equal to 32 volt. Therefore V minus Vs, sorry, V minus V4 plus Vs is equal to 0. V is equal to 20, that is the branch voltage, and we have found out, and V4 is equal to 32. The sign is minus because current flows from higher potential to lower potential. So it has got a negative sign, and then there is a source voltage Vs. So Vs will be equal to 12 volt. So we got the unknown quantity Vs is equal to 12 volt. Next we are asked to find out V in. For finding out V in, we have to consider the outer loop that containing 3 ohm resistor and 2 ohm resistor. We can apply Kirchhoff's voltage law such that we are neglecting the middle branch and we are applying the Kirchhoff's voltage law, so that we obtain the equation starting from the outer portion that containing 2 ohm resistor. That branch have a voltage of V, that is equal to V minus 30 plus V3 minus V in equal to 0. We can substitute for V and V3. V equal to 20 and V3 equal to 6. So that V in will be equal to minus 4 volt. The equation symbol will be based on the Kirchhoff's law. Here we know that current flows from higher potential to lower potential. It is shown that current direction is upwards. That means positive symbol is near to V in and negative symbol is near to 30 volt. When we are considering a direction from outer branch to 30 volt, then the symbol will be V minus 30 plus 6 minus V in. Here you have to understand how the symbols are given, how the signs are given. So you should understand the idea first. So for finding out V in, we are considering the outer loop that containing 3 ohm and 2 ohm. We are assuming that current flows from outer branch to 30 volt to V in, and we are applying Kirchhoff's law in that direction. The outer branch voltage is V. So we will write the equation V minus 30 since current flows in a direction. We are assuming a direction from positive part of the 30 volt to negative part, so it has got a negative sign. And at the 3 ohm resistor, original current flows from V in. So we can mark the polarities as plus symbol near to V in and minus symbol near to 30 volt. But the assumed direction is from 30 volt to V in. So the sign of Vs will be, so the sign of V3 will be positive, and V in is from positive to negative, that is we given a sign minus V in. So we can write 20 minus 30 plus 6 minus V in will be equal to 0. From the above equation we can solve for V in. So we will get V in equal to minus 4 volt. So we obtained unknown quantities such as Vs and V in. Also the current value I4. For finding out Vsc, we are considering the outer, for finding out Vsc, we are considering the rightmost branch and the middle branch loop. The loop containing rightmost branch, that is 2 ohm branch, and also the middle branch 4 ohm, that containing 4 ohm resistor. And for finding out V in values, we are considering the outermost loop that containing 3 ohm resistor and 2 ohm resistor. And we are giving correct direction signs for every value of voltages, so that we will get V in and Vs. Next, your last question is to find out the power provided by the dependent source. That is power by the dependent source for I4. You have to find out. You know the equation for power as power is equal to voltage into current. Okay, voltage into current. So you can simply write it as P4I4. 4I4 is the current source. That means P4I4 will be equal to V4I4 plus I4I4. And you have the quantity that V4I4 is equal to, what is the value of voltage source? It is 4I4, that is 4 into I4 plus into I4. I4 will be equal to, it is shown in the diagram as 6 ampere. So you can write instead of voltage and current as 4 into I4 is, what is the value of I4? I4 is equal to 8 ampere. So you can substitute 4 into 8 into 6, that will be equal to 192 watts. This is all about this question, and it contains an dependent voltage source, that is current controlled voltage source, and you got the solution. So we can go to the next question. Next question is that find the power absorbed by each element in the circuit shown in the figure. So I will read the question again. Find the power absorbed by each element in the circuit shown in the figure. Here it is given that there is a dependent current source whose value is 3I1, and another current source 20 milliampere, another resistor 4 kilo ohm, and another resistor 1 kilo ohm. The current direction is marked as I1 from 1 kilo ohm resistor to a direction of 3I1. Okay, this is the circuit diagram. It is drawn some in a complicated manner. You can redraw the circuit. You can find that first you draw 3I1, and you notice that it has 2 points. 3I1, you are drawing 3I1, it has upper point and lower point. Its upper point is connected to 1 kilo ohm resistor. Okay, so it is connected to 1 kilo ohm resistor, and 1 kilo ohm resistor's other end will be connected to the other terminal of 3I1. So these two are in parallel connection. Next, when we are considering 20 milliampere, its one end is connected to the one of the terminal of 3I1. So you can draw like that, and other end is connected to other end of 3I1. So it is also parallel to 3I1 source. And next is 4 kilo ohm resistor. 4 kilo ohm resistors one end is connected to 3I1, other end is connected to the other end of 3I1. Actually, I am saying these all comments by seeing question figure in the question. Okay, so I am simply explaining how can you redraw the circuit from the question. So you should understand two terminals of every component and redraw the circuit. Okay, so when you are redrawing the circuit, you can find that 3I1 source and 20 milliampere source and 4 kilo ohm resistor and 1 kilo ohm resistor are parallel. Okay, that means these all components are connected. One terminal is connected to say single point, and another terminal is connected to another point. So the points are common for every component. So it is a single nodal circuit. Okay, so you can mark the current direction as I1, and you can also find that there are other branches like 4 kilo ohm. You can mark the current direction through the 4 kilo ohm as downwards. Okay, that is your choice how the direction is marked. Simply for this for the solvation of this question, we are marking it as I4 is downwards. Okay, since it contains a single node, you can simply apply Kirchhoff's current law to this node. Okay, so we are applying Kirchhoff's current in the single node circuit, so you can find that 3I1 is flowing upwards, that is coming to the node. If one node is, if we consider we are considering the node at the upper side, so 3I1 is coming to node. So 3I1 plus also 20 milliampere is coming to the node. So it is added to 3I1. 20 milliampere can be written as 20 into 10 raised to minus 3 ampere. Also the current I4 is moving away from the node, upper node. So I4 can be written as minus I4. And also there is another current I1 which is coming to the node, upper node. So we can written as plus I1. So the total equation will be 3I1 plus 20 into 10 raised to minus 3 minus I4 plus I1 will be equal to 0. But here they are given as I4 equal to, what is I4? I4 is the current through 4 kilo ohm resistor, and if we are assuming there is a voltage V across 4 kilo ohm resistor, then we can write I4 in terms of V and 4 kilo ohm. Okay, so instead of I4 we are writing that V by 4 kilo ohm, that is V by 4 into 10 raised to 3. Since I4 is flowing from higher potential to lower potential, and the terminals of V is marked as positive on upper side and negative on lower side, so I4 will be equal to minus V by 4 into 10 raised to 3. So we can substitute the value of I4 in the current equation as 3I1 plus 20 into 10 raised to minus 3 minus V by 4 into 10 raised to 3 plus I1 will be equal to 0. Okay, so we can solve the equation by simple multiplication and addition. So we will get the quantity as we can substitute for I1 as minus b by 4 into 10 raised to minus 3. So we will get the equation as minus 4.25 into 10 raised to minus 3 into v equal to minus 20 into 10 raised to minus 3. So v is equal to 4.71 volt. So first we are applying the Kirchhoff's current law and we are getting the voltage value v, so that we can find out I4 as I4 is equal to minus b by 4 into 10 raised to 3. But before solving this, you know that there is another unknown quantity I1 in that equation. What is I1? I1 is equal to current through 1 kilo ohm resistor. You know that 4 kilo ohm resistor and 1 kilo ohm resistors are connected in parallel. So if plus V volt is assumed that V volt is assumed across 4 kilo ohm, then that V volt comes across 1 kilo ohm. So I1 can be written as minus V by 1 kilo ohm, that is equal to minus V by 10 raised to minus 3, that is equal to minus V into 10 raised to minus 3. So substituting the value of I4 and I1 in the current equation, we will get the value of V as 4.71 volt. Okay, and you are asked to find out the power absorbed by each element in the circuit. So power absorbed by resistor 4 kilo ohm and power absorbed by resistor 1 kilo ohm. So first of all, the power absorbed by 3I1 dependent current source is equal to, what is power? Power is equal to voltage into current, VI. Simple equation is V into I. Here I is given as 3 into I1 and voltage is V. So P 3I1 will be equal to 3I1 into V, that is equal to, what is 3I1? 3I1 is equal to 3 into V into 10 raised to minus 3 into V, that is equal to 66.55 milliwatt. We know that value of V is equal to, value of I1 equal to minus V into 10 raised to minus 3. So power in 3I1 is equal to 66.55 millivolt. Next component is 20 milliampere. So the power absorbed by the 20 milliampere current source is equal to voltage into current, that is equal to voltage is 20 milliampere, 20 into 10 raised to minus 3 into voltage value is V is equal to 4.71 volt. So when we are substituting, V 20 milliampere is equal to minus 94.2 milliampere, 2 milliwatt. Power is equal to 2 milliwatt. Next is power absorbed by 4 kilo ohm resistor. We know that power absorbed by 4 kilo ohm resistor is equal to V into I. Here V is equal to 4.71, I is not given. So we can simply take the equation of power in terms of V and R, that is equal to power is equal to V square by R. So P 4K is equal to 4.71 square divided by 4K, where 4K is the resistance. So that will be equal to 5.55 milliwatt. Next component is 1 kilo ohm. We can find out the power absorbed by the 1 kilo ohm component. So the power absorbed by the 1 kilo ohm resistor is P1K, that is equal to similar equation, that is power is equal to V square by R, that is equal to voltage across 1 kilo ohm is equal to 4.71, that is equal to 4.71 into 4.71 divided by 1 kilo ohm, that is equal to 22.180 milliwatt. That is the power absorbed by that component. So this is all about the problems. You should do more problems from the textbook so that you will get a good idea. In the next session we will meet with another topic, that is mesh analysis. Okay, then bye.